Yes, I am in a lawn chair because I could not for the life of me find the chair I usually sit in. That's okay. I'm not even exactly sure what I want to do. I know I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Hill palette. I know it's kind of hard to see with the lights and stuff, but isn't this gorgeous? This is the box that the palette comes in. I'm saving this because it's adorable. Look at her, she's so cute. I've used this a few times. I haven't done anything really dramatic with it because I really only use it for getting ready for like work and stuff. But so far it's absolutely amazing. It's better than any Morphe palette I've ever tried, and I love Morphe palettes anyway, but like this one, it's absolutely amazing. So this is what the palette looks like. It looks just like the box. It's really cute, really Jaclyn. Her favorite colors are white and silver, so I expected nothing else. So this is what the palette looks like. Okay, so now, the moment you've all been waiting for, which I'm sure all of you know what this palette looks like by now. So it looks like this. So pretty. It's got literally everything you could ever need in a palette. Another cute thing that she threw into this was this palette is dedicated to all my loving subscribers, XO Jaclyn, and I loved that she added that because speaking for myself, and I know like millions of other people on YouTube, I've been following Jaclyn on YouTube for a really, really long time. She was actually the one that inspired me to create my own channel. She was the one that really got me into makeup because I was never really into makeup. Like during high school, I would throw on mascara. That's really it. I never really did anything fancy. I had no idea about anything makeup related. And then I came across Jaclyn's videos. I know because I was looking at prom makeup tutorials, and that was the first thing I ever saw was Jaclyn's like prom makeup tutorial. And ever since then, I subscribed to her. I've watched every single one of her videos, probably like 5 times. I'm a big fan, and I'm really, really, really proud of you for this, Jaclyn. When it came out, I was literally at my computer just kind of sitting there waiting because I knew I was going to get this. If I didn't get it, I was going to cry and probably throw a temper tantrum, but I got it, thank God. And Morphe was really quick with shipping, and I got it really, really fast, so that's really good. And again, I'm really, really proud of you, Jaclyn. This is a beautiful palette. The shades I've tried so far are absolutely gorgeous. And we're going to create a look with this guy today. So, here we go. We're going to jump right in. We're going to do eyes first because I'm gonna try to do something a little more dramatic today. Also, the palette comes with this little card with all the names of the shades, so I will definitely let you guys know what shade I'm using at what time. And of course, every product I use and mention will be linked in the description box below. So here we go. If you guys wonder, I usually film in my, if you guys didn't know, I'm in a band. I'm in a band. I'm the singer of a band, and we have our own kind of like practice space. And that's where I film. Like if behind this little glittery backdrop is studio foam. And I got my lights here. Camera right here. I'm literally filming in a lawn chair, and all my stuff's on a TV tray. So I bring all my makeup from home. I live in a tiny, tiny little apartment, and I am going to be getting a new lens very soon so I can zoom you in even further. The lens I have on here right now was the cheapest lens I could get for my camera because I figured spend the extra money on a really, really good camera and then get good lenses as it goes along, because I don't, you know, you never know like where your YouTube channel is gonna go. So, and I'm in a band too that needs the camera, so it's used for a bunch of different things, not just my YouTube channel. If you guys are ever wondering, I have 2 softbox lights. I have a Canon EOS 7DD and the Canon EFS 24mm lens. It's just a tiny, tiny little pancake lens, like this thick. But it's really good for like up close shots. So like if I'm gonna be priming my eyes with my Tarte Shape Tape. If I go like this, like really, really close, it's really good at really, really close up shots. But it doesn't zoom, it's just a little tiny pancake lens. So if I wanna get closer, I literally have to take my tripod and like push it or like pull it closer. So I am gonna be getting a new lens for you guys so that you can, so like when I do eye looks, I can get like right up close and personal into my eyeballs. So I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Tarte Shape Tape, like I said. I really haven't found an eye primer that works as good as just using your concealer for eyeshadow. It's my favorite way to prime. Also, another cool thing about today's video is that it is a review on the review/tutorial on the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I also have these new brushes that I'm trying out, and I got these around the same time as I got the Jaclyn Hill palette, so I've been testing these out for a little bit. I have 3 different lines, I guess, of BH cosmetic brushes that I want to show you. So far they're really, really good. I like them better than the e.l.f. brushes. I like BH brushes better than any drugstore brush I've ever tried. So I'm just gonna take this little BH Cosmetics number 3 brush. This comes in like a little brush set. I'm just gonna dip that in my Laura Mercier translucent powder and just quickly set my concealer. So how have you guys been? I know I haven't uploaded a video in like forever, and I'm really sorry about that. I'm just so busy, but I haven't forgot about you guys. I love you guys so much, and I hate not uploading videos for you. It like kills me every single day, you know, it sucks. I don't know about you guys, but my allergies have been acting up so bad. We're gonna jump into the Jaclyn Hill palette. I still can't get over how gorgeous this is. It's so frigging pretty. I'm actually gonna mix 2 of them. I'm gonna mix this one right here and this one right here. Silk Cream, which is this one right here, and the shade Butter. That's right there. I'm gonna be applying this really messily in my crease as my transition shade with a BH Cosmetics number 12 brush. This one you can buy individually. It's really, really inexpensive. I love that they included the little name sheet with this palette, and I love the names. The names are adorable. I will link Jaclyn's video in the description box if you're curious as to like why she named the shades certain names. And her video is so good. It goes into depth of, you know, swatches and like her process with creating this palette, and it's such a good video, so I will definitely link it down below. And I will also link the latest tutorial that she uploaded using her palette, because the look she created was absolutely beautiful. Cool. So now that those colors are laid down, I'm gonna grab another brush. And this brush is a BH Cosmetics V5 brush. It's from their vegan line, and you can buy this individually. I've seen a lot of people doing looks with like this little section in here. I'll actually link some looks using this little corner down below into the description box. I think today I'm gonna stay warmer. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in like this kind of section over here, just because this section speaks to me. I love warm colors. Looking at it now, I think I already kind of have a little idea of where I'm gonna go. So that being said, I'm going to take this brush and dip into Hunts, which is this beautiful like brick red shade right here. This brush is a little bit more tapered, so I can get right into the crease a little bit more precise, where the other one was really like dome shaped and it was very fluffy. This one is more tapered, and it can deposit the color a little bit more precisely. Sorry, I can't talk today. And I'm gonna put this in the crease as well, but I'm gonna put it a tiny, tiny bit lower than Silk Cream and Butter. I'm just gonna put this right in the crease. This shade is so gorgeous. This one has to be in the top 5 of my favorite colors in this palette. It's so pretty. So I know that this palette is sold out right now. It sold out in what, like 43 minutes? That is absolutely ridiculous. Not ridiculous in a bad way, but like ridiculous as in like they sold out of like, I think Jaclyn said she had, or they thought they had like enough palettes for a week, they thought, but they sold out of all of their palettes online in 43 minutes. That's absolutely amazing. I kind of thought that that would happen just because Jaclyn is one of the bigger beauty YouTubers, and honestly I think that no matter how much a company orders anything that has her name on it, they will sell out in like the first day. I know it because everybody loves Jaclyn. I know I posted on my Instagram and on my Facebook account, and I asked a lot of you guys if you guys wanted a Q&A or like a budge-proof, sweat-proof gig makeup tutorial, because I am in a band and I do wear a lot of makeup when I perform, and there are certain steps that I do to make sure that my makeup doesn't budge throughout the night, because I am under lights. I, you know, do move around a lot. I'm on stage for sometimes up to like 4 hours at a time, because we do like the 9 to 1 bar shows here in Maine. So it can be a long night, and my makeup does have to last for a long period of time. That's why I left my face undone. I am going to show you what I do for like my foundation and powder and stuff like that for a gig. So if you want to go full coverage and you want to not budge throughout the night, stay tuned. That's coming. My band is called The Resistance. We are based out of Burnham, Maine, which I know none of you know where that is. We play all over the state. We're hoping to get some shows down in the Florida area for next year. I have family down in Florida, so I thought that getting some shows down there would be absolutely amazing, because I've always wanted to play down in Florida. I love Florida. If you're interested in checking out my band, I will leave the website right here. I will also leave all of our social media platforms down in the description box, as well as my own. I'm just going back into those first two colors we used, Silk Cream and Butter, and just blending out that Hunt's color a little bit more. Because if I learned anything from Jaclyn Hill, it's to blend, blend, blend until your fingers bleed if necessary. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It is called Crayon Apple. And I'm just going to go in with my finger and just apply this to the entire lid. Oh my gosh. Are we seeing that? Isn't that gorgeous, guys? Cool. So now that that color is kind of laid down really sloppily, I'm gonna go back in to that Hunt's color and kind of just blend out the edges. And then of course going in with that original fluffy brush with the two first colors we used, and just blending out the edges one more time. So next I'm just gonna go in with a little flat BH number 9 brush. This one is in another set, but I'm gonna go in with that same Crayon Apple color, some setting spray, and spritz it a little bit, and just apply this right over the eyelid. Sorry, I really can't talk. Why do I make YouTube videos? I can't even talk like a normal person. And as you can see, this just intensifies it by a lot. So if you ever want that really foiled, metallic kind of eyeshadow look, just take your setting spray. But look at the difference it makes. I don't know if you can tell on camera. Next I'm going to go in with a BH number 5 brush. I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and it's called Jax. And I'm picking this color because it's matte, and it has like kind of a reddish kind of purpley undertone. I'm just gonna pack this on the, look how pigmented that is. That is so pretty. I'm not looking for anything too dark or over the top on the outer corner, but definitely something to add some depth and dimension. And I'm not bringing this really high up into the crease. I'm really just keeping this very low and strictly onto that outer V. Originally I thought I was gonna do like a voiceover for this, for the tutorial portion, and then do the talk through kind of thing for the review part. I personally enjoy talk through videos a lot more, even though they tend to be a little bit longer. But that's what I enjoy about them, because you tend to learn a little bit more about the person you're watching. Sorry, I'm kind of slouching. I have to get better at that. My posture is absolutely terrible. These shadows are so pigmented. Literally a little bit goes the longest way. I kid you not. Constantly going back and forth. That's the thing with eyeshadow. If you want like a really, really, really pretty eyeshadow look, the key is blending, making sure that there isn't any harsh lines. This is the BH Cosmetics number 9 brush. I'm using all BH Cosmetic brushes today, by the way, because I am trying a lot of these out for the first time, this one being one of them. I'm actually gonna mix these two lightest shades together. They're called Light is this one, and Beam is this one. I'm gonna mix those together and put that on my brow bone. Ooh, girl. You are not playing. Another trick too, if you bring your eyeshadow up higher than you want to, you can always use the brow bone color that you put there to kind of like, and drag it down a little bit to kind of blend those two together, and you can kind of bring the shadow down a little tiny bit as you do that. Wow, that is so pretty. Can't get over that. It's so gorgeous. I really don't do my brows very often, I'm not gonna lie, even for shows. I really don't like to, but for the sake of this video, I will. I'm gonna be using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Dark Brown. Try not to go really all that bold today. It's really simple. Go towards the bottom. This is the problem eyebrow. The hairs just don't want to cooperate with me ever. Cool. So I think the brows are all good. Now we're going to move on to the face. I'm going to be mixing these two primers right here. The first one being the Maybelline Master Prime primer, the Blur and Smooth one, number 100. Looks like this. I'm going to be using this on my entire face, and then I'm going to be focusing this Smashbox primer on my nose and my T-zone area, because that is where I tend to get more oily, and that's where my pores are. My pores are really large right here on my cheeks. My hair is 2 different shades of brown. You can see kind of here by the root is a different shade than this, because I was originally blonde. I don't know if I was blonde at the start of my channel or not. I can't remember. I don't think I was. I think I was a brunette. But I went from like bleach blonde to brunette, and you know, I'm naturally a brunette, and I got like a warm brown. I told her I wanted like a cafe kind of brown, you know, as I went from being a redhead to a blonde, which was kind of stupid on my part because it's really hard to get red out of your hair once you go there. So they did, and now that my natural hair is kind of growing in, it stops like right here. My natural hair is more cool toned than the brown that I had it dyed. So now my hair is kind of like a, you know, cooler toned kind of ashy brown up here, and then like a really light brown right here. So I have to get that fixed. So for foundation today, I'm going to be mixing two, and this is my favorite foundation combo that I've ever tried in my life. I'm going to mix the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Soft Beige and the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 103 Natural Buff. They're so affordable. You can get them right at Walmart. It's crazy. I'm going to be applying the Photo Focus Foundation with the little applicator. A lot of people don't like this applicator that this foundation comes with, but I really like it because it prevents me from overusing product, and it's really convenient, I think, because I don't have to get my hands dirty. Then I'll apply the Infallible. I apply this one straight to my hand, and then I just go in with my beauty blender and blend it out. I mean, look at that coverage. That is insane. You guys, I mean, I can't, every time I use this, I can't get over it. The coverage is absolutely amazing. A beauty blender will always be my favorite way to apply foundation. I don't know, I've tried other sponges, and there are sponges that are amazing. The L'Oreal, like, pink one from the drugstore is amazing. And the Eco Tools, like, green one, absolutely amazing as well. But just something about a beauty blender that just, I don't know. It's amazing. I always find myself coming back to it. Also, the L'Oreal Pro Matte, I try to focus more on my nose. That's why I didn't put any Wet n Wild foundation there. I specifically put the Pro Matte on my nose so that it doesn't get oily throughout the day. And the shade of the Pro Matte that I have is a smidge, well, not a smidge, it's a lot darker than my actual skin. So I am going to be blending that down my neck here in a little bit. There's nothing I hate more than, like, you know, a distinct line between your face and your neck. That drives me insane. So, now I'm going to go in with concealer. Same concealer I used to prime my eyes, the Tarte Shape Tape. You guys know how much I love it. I won't go on about it. I'm just going to put this on my chin, forehead, give myself a little goatee, you see that? And underneath my eyes. Recently I've been putting concealer right here on my smile lines as well, because I get a lot of creasing right there. I look ridiculous. I get a lot of creasing in my smile lines, so putting concealer there actually helps prevent the creasing a lot. Slouching again. I apologize. I'm so bad. It's crazy how much of a difference just concealer makes. Stop slouching. Guys, you gotta help me with this. It's a legitimate problem. And a big tip when blending out your concealer under your eyes, you don't want a distinct line like going up into your hairline. So take the end that you applied your foundation with and kind of blend out the edges of the concealer so that, you know, everything looks seamless, so that you don't have any harsh lines. You shouldn't have harsh lines on your eyes with your eyeshadow, and you should never have harsh lines with your concealer, foundation, or anything else on your face. Everything needs to be blended. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to set everything. And this is extremely important, especially for me with shows and stuff for gigs, that you set everything. So I take my Beauty Blender and my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I take a ridiculous amount of powder onto my Beauty Blender. And I usually go from the outside in. I find that I crease less by going from the outside in than from the inside out, so I don't know if it matters. Just leave that there for a little bit, let that sit. Let that sit there for a little bit, and I do the same thing with my nose. And the smile lines. Alright, so after that's set there for a little bit, I really don't leave it on there too long. I don't leave it on very long because my under eyes tend to get kind of dry. I'm going to grab this gigantic powder brush by the in the vegan line of the BH Cosmetics brushes. You can buy this separately. It is the BH Cosmetics V1 brush. It is so compact, so fluffy, so soft, so big. It's perfect for powder. And I'm going to grab my Bare Minerals BarePro powder in the shade Light Neutral number 9. And I'm going to set my entire face with this, and as I set this, it will like push the powder into my face. Setting my foundation and concealer is another absolute must for me if I want a very, very long wearing face. Alright, so now I'm going to do mascara. I know this is kind of like weird, it's not really going in order, but I'm going to do mascara now. So I'm just going to be using my L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara and just coat my upper lashes with this guy. So I was gonna put falsies on. I don't know though. I kind of like the way it looks without falsies. So I don't think I will, but definitely this look would look beautiful with false lashes as well. So I'm just going to quickly set my brows with some clear brow gel. Really easy, really fast. So now we're going to finish up the eyes. I know I kind of do things in a weird order. But again, looking into the viewfinder and seeing just like blank white underneath my eyes is kind of freaking me out. So I'm going to take this little brush right here, going to take the shade right here. Sorry, didn't mean to flip you guys off. Right there. And just lightly go right underneath the lashes. Not bringing that all the way in to the inner corner. I'm just mostly focusing this color on the outer portion of the eye. Cool. So then I'm going to take this BH number 7 brush with, it's in that little pink marble. It looks like a very, 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 very small blending brush. And I'm going to dip that in those first two transition shades that we used. Silk Cream and Butter, I believe. That's what they were called. And I'm just going to use that to blend out that Jack shade. I make the weirdest faces when I go underneath my eyes, I'm sorry. So I'm going to actually take a little bit of Hunt's, that really pretty red brick shade, and just lightly add this in there. I'm going to go with a nude eyeliner for my waterline, just because I feel like that will really open up my eyes with all of these dark kind of reddish colors on my lid. So I'm going to be using the NYX Wonder Pencil in the shade Light, or WP01. Really good. You can use this, I think you can use this as like concealer, eyeliner, and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm going to use it as eyeliner today, so. So I'm going to take another BH brush from the vegan line. This is the BH V2. And I use this for bronzing. It's very, very good. I'm going to use Nars Laguna. Great bronzer. And I'm just going to dip my brush in here. And just bronze up the skin. Bronze up the perimeters of my face, the forehead, or the five head, I should say. For the longest time, I thought it was Laguna that was breaking me out. I honestly did. I thought the Laguna bronzer was breaking me out. But I stopped using it for like a month just to see if that was what was breaking me out, and I was still breaking out just as bad, so couldn't have been Laguna. Because I really started breaking out really bad when I first bought Laguna. And I started using it, and I was like, oh my god, I'm breaking out so bad. And it was the only thing different in my routine. And I was like, oh my god, I really hope that this like pretty decently expensive bronzer that I loved the looks of wasn't the cause of me breaking out so bad. But I stopped using it for a while just to kind of give it a chance and to see if my breakout kind of stopped or got better at least. And it really, I mean, if anything, it got worse over the time. And I was just like, well, it wasn't Laguna, so I just started using it again. I love it. It's one of my favorite bronzers. Now it's time for blush. And another BH vegan brush. This is the number V3 brush. It's kind of like angled a little bit, just like this. You can see it's sort of angled a little. And I'm going to be going in with one of my favorite blushes at the moment, the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Pearlescent Pink. It's so good. Very pigmented though. You have to be very, very careful with these blushes. And it has glitter in there, but it really doesn't come off on the face. I've noticed anyway. It doesn't really come off. So just kind of lightly apply this to the cheeks. The highlight I'm going to be using today is very exciting. I'm going to be using the BH number 4 brush in the little set that it comes with. I'm going to be going in with the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yes, it's very pretty golden, like light golden color. I'm just going to take a little bit of that, highlight the cheekbones. Whew. This highlight does not mess around, guys. It does not. Oh, this highlighter. I like to highlight right above my brows. Just do the tip of my nose. Cupid's bow. Whew. Calm that down. I'm going to be a little ballsy. I'm gonna take a tiny sliver of the Artist Couture Diamond Glow Powder in the shade Illuminati. This is very intense. Holy shit. I've never tried this before. That's not playing games. That is not playing games. Okay. Okay. Do you see that? That's crazy. I'm barely going in with this. Holy crap. Now that is highlighted to the gods. For lips, I'm going to be first going in with the NYX lip liner in the shade Ever. Alrighty, so then I'm going to go in with the Gerard Cosmetics lipstick in the shade 1995. And you can do any lip color with this eye look, really. You can go with a nude, you can do a bold lip. I'm just going to go with this really pretty, like, brownish kind of red color. Alrighty, so now that the lips are done, I'm actually gonna do one more thing before we're totally done. So I'm going to do this, and I actually learned this from Desi Perkins, hey. I'm going to take this shade called Mocha right here, and this tiny little eyeliner brush, create little tiny birthmarks on these two bad breakouts right here that you can still kind of see under the foundation. So I'm just going to take that little brush and lightly place that right on there. The same with the other side. Right there. And then to kind of make those look a little bit more natural, I'm going to take my Beauty Blender. Don't look at me, Jared. That still has a little bit of translucent powder on it, and kind of put a little tiny bit of translucent powder right on top of that. To kind of make it look like they're birthmarks that are underneath the makeup. Jared's making fun of my LuLaRoe, is that what they're called? LuLaRoe leggings. He doesn't like them, but I think they're really comfy. Alright, and then last but not least, you have to set your masterpiece. I'm using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This stuff's really, really good. I like this just as much as my Urban Decay All-Nighter. And this smells better, so that's a plus. And it's very, very affordable. You can find it right at Walmart. I'm just going to set my entire face with that. Alrighty guys, looks like we are done with this look. I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys learned something today. Shut up, Jared.
I don't know if it's great. I'm just kidding, it looks amazing. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Such a jackass. Final thoughts, I'm very, very impressed with this palette. Don't look at me. Go over and do something. I'm almost done. You're killing it. Very, very impressed with this palette. I'm super proud of Jaclyn for creating it. It's really, really good. The packaging's gorgeous. I love the fact that it's cardboard instead of the original Morphe plastic packaging. A lot of people are saying that they wished it had a mirror, but I like the fact that she, instead of putting a mirror, she put like a really personal message to all of her subscribers on there. I like that little touch. I think it's very personal, and I prefer this over a mirror. I have tons of mirrors and tons of different palettes. I like the packaging a lot. As for the shadows, they're absolutely gorgeous. I haven't had a chance to play with every single one on my actual eyes, but I've swatched a lot of them. I'm not gonna go in and swatch all of these because I will link Jaclyn's video below, and she swatches every single shade, and she goes a lot more in depth with this palette, and it's coming out of her mouth. She created this, so that's probably the best place to go if you want to learn more about the shades themselves. I have lipstick on my teeth, sorry about that. You can tell that these shadows are reformulated, at least I can tell. If you own a Morphe palette and then you buy this one, you will see the difference. I know she worked really, really hard on this. It took, this took 2 years to create, and it shows. These shadows are absolutely amazing, and for the price you can't beat it. This is very affordable still. You can tell that Jaclyn put her heart and soul into this. So final thoughts, the palette's amazing. I know it's out of stock right now. As soon as this comes back in stock, I will let you guys know on all my social media platforms. Those, of course, will be linked down below. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed the look I created using the Jaclyn Hill palette. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's right underneath the video. Join my little family. I would appreciate it a lot. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Great job, Jaclyn. This is amazing, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.